Alright, welcome to part 2 of writing an explanation. Now this time we're going to focus on some brainstorming and an introduction. Alright, now just to quickly reinforce that an explanation is explaining to somebody how or why something happens or a process. Okay, so it's not telling somebody how to do something, it's not giving information about a topic. It is purely explaining the how and why things happen in the world. Alright? So, I've done my brainstorming. I've got these answers here. So I've got, why do people go to church? Okay, so I can explain why people go to church, because there's an explanation and a reason of why people decide to go to church. What causes it to rain? Okay, what are the processes that make it rain? How does a tsunami form? Okay, I'm going to explain how a tsunami is created and what it does. How does a hurricane form? Same thing as a tsunami. We can explain what a hurricane is and how it works. Okay. Why are there traffic lights? Okay, we can explain to people why there are actually traffic lights used in the world. Alright. So I've chosen why are there traffic lights, because it's probably one topic that people wouldn't choose, so that way you can't copy off me. Okay, and you can't go, oh, Mr. P, I was going to use that one. So that way there, I'll use that. So what I've done is I've brainstormed 5. 5's a good one, because that way there you can weed out the ones that you don't really want. So, I've chosen why there are traffic lights. My introduction. My introduction just gives a brief overview of what my topic is. Okay, so I talk about it. So if it was the rain cycle, I talk about how the rain cycle is important and why it's important and all that kind of thing, or what it does. If I was talking about a tsunami, I talk about a tsunami, I talk about in general what it does, what it could do, and stuff like that. Okay? So, my introduction to traffic lights is, traffic lights are used in bigger cities and towns. They are used for many different reasons. They have 3 different coloured lights and are helpful for both motorists and pedestrians. So that's a really big, broad picture of what traffic lights are and how they sort of help a little bit. So then in the next stage of our writing, we dig into the actual sequence and the process of why and the how. Okay, but this will be the first 2 days' task. So your job will be to brainstorm some topics and practice writing introduction. Okay, so you brainstorm the topics, choose your one, and then give me a broad overview of what the actual topic is or what people are going to be reading about. Okay, what you're going to be explaining, or what process you're going to be explaining, or why you're saying something, how something works. Alright, so that will be our task for the first couple of days, to get good at our introductions and our brainstorming, because once you've done that, the rest of it's sort of pretty easy, because you just follow the steps from the internet that it tells you, because these are all things we don't 100% know how they work. So we just get them off the internet and we put them in our words. In our words, we don't just copy and paste. In our words, we write down how things happen. So first 2 days, writing an explanation, we're brainstorming, and an introduction. Remembering that we are explaining a process or how things work or why things work. So really make sure you keep that in mind. As soon as you start thinking, oh, if somebody follows this, they can actually do it. It's a procedure. And if you go, oh, these are really good facts about something, because that means it's an information report. So really narrow it down and focus on the explanation. So see how we go for the introduction.